Hello again everybody, bringing you video number 28 of my series, and in this video I'm going to go over the file command, which is one of the easiest commands I've ever gone over. So easy in fact that it'll probably only take like a minute. So I figured it would be pretty cool to show you a few Linux Easter eggs to add a little bit more time to the video, and also to have a little bit of fun, because you have to have fun while you're trying to learn something. But I won't blame you if you decide to skip that part of the video. But anyway, let's get started with the file command. Now, to demonstrate it, I have two files in my tutorials folder. I have an MP3 file, which I'm sure you all know what that is, and an ODS file, which I'm sure a lot of you know what that is too. But let's pretend for a moment that we didn't know what an MP3 file was, and we don't know what an ODS file is either. So what would you do to try to find out what kind of file that was with that extension? Well, what you would do, is, or at least one thing you can do, is type the word file, space, then the name of the file. So I'm actually going to type 05, the first two characters of the first file here, and press tab so it'll autocomplete, because I'm too lazy to type all that. And when I press enter, you'll see right away that it's going to tell us that it is an audio file. Well, we already knew that, but in case you didn't, that's just one way you could find out what type of file it is. Now, in the last video, we went over how to deal with file names that include spaces. So you'll notice that every time there's a space here in the file name, when I auto-completed by pressing tab, it added a backslash to each space there. So you can see in action how we dealt with that. So another example, file, space, and then I'll type the name of the second file, press enter, and we find out that it's an open document spreadsheet. So it's basically a blank spreadsheet that I created with LibreOffice. So that's really it for the file command. All you do is type the word file, space, and then the name of a file, and then you could find out what kind of file it is. So that was pretty easy, and I'm sure most of you guys can probably tell by the extension what kind of file it is, but if ever you were confused, this is just one way of finding out. So anyway, on to the Easter eggs. Now again, if you guys want to just skip this part, you go ahead and skip the rest of this video and move on to the next video, but for those of you that are a bit curious, listen on. So anyway, these Easter eggs are primarily for Ubuntu-based systems. I'm using Linux Mint, but if you're using Ubuntu or an Ubuntu derivative, you should be fine. But if you're using something else like Fedora or another distribution, these probably won't work. Now, the first thing I'm going to go over is the apt-get help command. This is a cool Easter egg. Now, the apt-get command is how you install packages from the repositories. I am going to go over that command formally in the future, but for now, just type apt-get space help, and don't worry about what apt-get actually does. So press enter, and down here it says this apt has super cow powers. Now, an interesting thing to note is all of the Easter eggs I'm about to go over are all cow themed. I don't know why that is, but these are things that are in the Linux terminal, and these are interesting commands that have interesting results, so I figured I would show them off. So another thing you can do, apt-get space moo, and you get this kind of horrible ASCII drawing of a cow with a note that says, have you mooed today? So I don't know why that's there, but it is there. Now, another Easter egg, also cow related, if you type aptitude space -v space moo, press enter, it tells you there really are no Easter eggs in this program. Well, I'm not convinced of that, so press the up arrow to bring the command back and add another V to it. Press enter. It says, didn't I already tell you that there are no Easter eggs in this program? Press the up arrow, add another V. Enter. Stop it. No, I don't want to stop. Let's add another V to it. Press enter again. Okay, if I give you an Easter egg, will you go away? Maybe. Add another V. Press enter. Alright, you win. And we get this thing, whatever it is. So press the up arrow, add another V, press enter. It says, what is it? It's an elephant being eaten by a snake, of course. Interesting. Now, the next Easter egg is not something that's built into the distribution. Well, it actually seems to be built into Linux Mint, but if you're using something else like Ubuntu, you'll probably have to install it. So sudo space apt-get install cowsay. Press enter, put in your password, and of course it's already installed in my system. I think it was installed by Mint as, I guess, just a part of the distribution for whatever reason. But it's a pretty interesting and actually completely useless program where we can make a cow say something. Cow say space Jay's tutorials are awesome. I can't type today. Enter. And you get a little cow saying whatever you typed in the double quotes. And we're not quite done yet. There's actually one more that's kind of disturbing. If you type cow say space dash f space head dash in dot cow and then another message, I'll just type something random. Press enter, and you get the same cow with a speech balloon, but someone's head in the cow. I don't really understand why someone did this, but anyway, these are some fun Easter eggs I thought would be unique to go over to show you at least. And of course, I don't take credit for finding these Easter eggs. Of course, I don't have these memorized. I just did a quick Google search. I thought it would be kind of funny. Anyway, that's your. This has been your tutorial on the file command, and then also your completely useless tutorial on some Easter eggs that are in Linux. And there are more. If you do a Google search, you'll probably find other ones. Some of them are probably not in Linux anymore, that were in Linux a long time ago. But you know, depending on the developer or something, they might have. They basically come and go. But these ones are there as of the time I'm recording this. So anyway, that's been your somewhat useful and then completely useless tutorial. In the next tutorial, we're going to go over something a little bit more useful. We're going to go over both the head command and the tail command, which is something you definitely want to know. So stay tuned for that video. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.